Welcome to Module 3, Assessments within the PBL unit. Our driving question for this module is, what do I want my students to know and how will I know they know it? Hopefully that sounds pretty familiar, as those are the first two questions of PLC. Here you'll see, just like always, the Iowa Teaching Standards, the objectives, and the I-CAN statements that we'll be working throughout this module. As we scroll down, here's where you found the screencast. Have a look at the goals for this module. As you will see, we'll be taking what we learned from Module 2 and getting a little bit more deeper with the assessments, getting the scales designed and using the scales to create our assessments, and then using that to create our unit. So when you are ready, there's just some pre-assessments. Remember, these are not graded per se. The only major grade in this course is your PBL unit at the end. When you're ready to move on, here's your entry event. You can go ahead and click on that, and it just talks a little bit about the different assessments and a few articles about how this all works together. There's your forum for the conversations. If you need help, again, we can get a Zoom going rather quickly. The independent workbook study, go ahead and click on that when you're ready. And there's just some reading assignments and some activities for you to partake in. Then, when you're ready, we'll go on to Learning Module 3. This is where the real learning happens. As you can tell, this is the meat of Module 3. Go through, just like always, there's the instructor support. I'm always very active in these forums when it says instructor support, so pay special attention to those. Go ahead and go through all of them. The application, this is where we're really drawing an end to this course in earnest. We'll be using the proficiency scales to actually create our unit. If you're interested, this is completely optional, this piece right here. This is our work at Oelwein Elementary regarding how we use data walls and data books with our proficiency scales. Our middle school and high school teachers are using the data books theory in Infinite Campus. So we can talk about that if you have more interest. Here are the forums. Again, just like always, you can find them within the learning module, or you can do a quick check right here. And this is Module 3. We've gone through a couple different modules, and so it's time to kind of release the responsibility. Rather than having the checklist after each big task, I decided to kind of step away from the controlling aspect, and you just have one big checklist for Module 3. And again, here's your quick link to the Google Drive folder. If you have any questions along the way, of course, be sure to ask.